Well, good morning, everyone. Meteorologist Michael Wilhite here with Southern Indiana weather. It is about 6:18 a.m. Eastern Time here on Monday morning, July the 7th, 2014. Today's video update is sponsored by Metal Magic in Washington. You can give Chad a call at 698-8555 for all of your paintless tint repair needs. They have that traveling hail team as well, and folks who may need that, we're under a slight risk for severe weather today and tomorrow morning as well, which we'll talk about here in this video. So write that number down, folks. You may end up needing them. And of course, if you give Chad a call, tell him Southern Indiana Weather sent you. All right, here's current look at radar in motion. We don't have a whole lot going on in the area right now. A line of storms up to our north is sort of moving off into the area. Mainly what we're going to see today is new development. Let me just start off right away here. Take the radar off. Let me throw future radar here on and give you an idea. Here's what the HER model says. The HER is our highest resolution model that we have available. It only goes out to 15 hours, and the furthest we have out available is 5 o'clock this afternoon. But you can see a broken line of thunderstorms beginning to form in that. If I just sort of back this up a little bit, you can get an idea. You see that current line as it is up in here, and it sort of fades out, fizzles out, moves into Ohio. But then by this afternoon, you start to get a broken line of thunderstorms form in new development, and really just almost explosive development between the hours of about 3 and 5 p.m. All right, so that's according to the HER model, what it thinks. Let's go to the high resolution NAM, get an idea of what it thinks here as well. Not a whole lot going on by noon. Here's 1 o'clock, here's 2 o'clock. You're starting to see a few things form up here. 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, there's that broken line start to form that the HER model saw. And here's 5 o'clock. You can see the HER model has it a little bit, well, it just has a different look to it because it's a little bit higher resolution model. But you see the same idea with that. Here we go. 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, finally here's 8 o'clock. And then it continues on. So you get the idea that we're going to have some scattered thunderstorms around the area. And the question is, how far down into southern Indiana does these storms fire? And if you believe the high resolution NAM, they never really make it to the Ohio River. They stay more in central Indiana and maybe go as far south as the US 50 corridor. So we'll have to see about that as to whether that stays true or not. Really, remember, whenever we're dealing with future radar, it's just that. It is a future product. It is not a guarantee. The idea here that we want to see is not the exact placement of storms, but the fact that there are storms initiating and are around the area. Gives us an idea to watch out for. I think everybody in the state could be under the gun today. Yes, the better chances are probably towards central Indiana, but even the further southern part of the states are at risk today. And then continuing to put this into motion once this finally goes to bed for the night, and here we are moving into the overnight hours. The best chances for severe weather today, even though we are under some, are going to be out here towards Missouri and Iowa. Watch this make a run for us overnight. This is kind of a mesoscale convective complex, and it makes a run through it, makes a run for us. And then the high-res NAM really wants to sort of break this up before it gets here into more of just a heavy rain event. And it really takes it mostly through central Indiana, and you'll see very little of it through us. So that would be a good thing. And then, of course, the better development on Tuesday for severe weather is going to be focused down here into Kentucky. All right, let's talk about the SPC probabilities real quick before we look at the forecast. Slight risk for severe weather today. We'll go ahead and take a look at probabilities for that as well. Of course, probability-wise, that leaves a 2% chance for a tornado. That's just standard. I don't think tornadoes are anything that we have to worry about much today. The winds are pretty much unidirectional as you go up in the atmosphere, so it's not going to be that much of an issue. The greater threat is going to be wind and hail damage. Slight risk, of course, starts at 15%. Here is your 15%, covering really from most of all of central Indiana up until it starts to hit northern Indiana, just about on south through the rest of the state, even down into Kentucky. It looks like down to around the Bowling Green area. Better chance for hail and your severe weather out to our west again, but that does not exclude us. Hail probabilities nearly the same. Now, day 2, that shifts down to our south. Kentucky, as I said, is under the biggest risk for this. We have to see as this mesoscale convective complex forms out over into here. And really, if I go back to the day 1, remember the greatest areas for what you see are going to be centered pretty much out over in here. And then they will make a run for us during the overnight hours. So do they make a run for us and they go this way? Or do they make a run for us and maybe they start headed this way? That's just something that we're going to have to watch tonight. If they head to our north, central Indiana could be more under the gun. If they head this way, we'll be more under the gun, obviously. And if it develops into one of these systems, then sometimes it's hard to track, and sometimes the models get it wrong. We will see. That's all we can really say right now is we will see. But as of right now, Tuesday doesn't look overly bad to me. It looks like that moves through probably because during the morning hours. It's going to move through during the morning hours, and so that should make it less severe just by nature of the fact that we don't have the daytime heating going on already. New thunderstorms develop down in Kentucky, and the risk should be out of our area by then. Categorically, an upper end slight risk exists for the portions of the Kentucky area, and only a low end slight risk here for the southern Indiana area. Looks like the better chance, as I said, centers on to Kentucky tomorrow. All right, let me go to southernindianaweather.com and we'll take a look quickly at the forecast. Apologize for jumpiness in the video. Again, like I said last night, it's fighting a sinus infection, and sometimes you just got to pause for that. So I've lowered my temperature down, forecasted temperature. I was forecasting 90 last night for today. I've lowered it down to 88 to be more in line with the latest data from this morning. It's going to be a sun and clouds day. Honestly, it's probably going to be more of a clouds day with just a little bit of sunshine. Hot and humid, though, with those scattered thunderstorms starting to pop up later this afternoon. Severe weather possible. Probably go to a high around 88. Now watch us get close. Now watch us push the 90-degree mark now that I've lowered the forecast. Let's just say it's going to be closer to around the 90 mark, and we'll leave it at that. Planning today forecast looks like this: 90 towards the Ohio River, 89 Gordon, 88 Jasper and Vincennes, 87 Bedford, 88 Madison, and 86 Columbus, with scattered thunderstorms throughout the day. All right, go down to a muggy low of 72 tonight. It looks like showers and thunderstorms are likely. Then tomorrow the cool down begins. Showers and thunderstorms likely in the morning, but it ends by midday. Again, those strong to severe thunderstorms are possible in the morning time, but not a huge risk just by virtue of the fact that it's in the morning time. That should all clear out by midday, and then we have clearing skies for the night. We only go to a high of 84 degrees. Then look at this, mostly sunny and beautiful Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday even, 83, 85, partly cloudy on Friday, up to 87, back to the 90s for Saturday and Sunday with some thunderstorms in the forecast again. All right, that's it for this video, folks. I'll have another one of these updates later today if necessary. Remember that all warnings will automatically post here on Facebook and Twitter, and of course I will be here monitoring if anything comes up. We will let you know. We'll have more updates throughout the day. I'm meteorologist Michael Wilhite. Have a great day, folks. Stay safe, and we will see you soon.